Hello there, it's good to have you here. I'm the Last Mikester, and welcome to a quick little video that I wanted to do. Just kind of out of the blue, I decided, hey, this will be something kind of fun, something kind of different to do. So, in this video, I just wanted to go over and talk about and just give my general thoughts and opinions on the two animated shows that have come out in the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. They're both Jurassic Worlds of the Jurassic World universe. The first of which being, Camp Cretaceous, which had its final season in July of 2022, the fifth and final season, and then Chaos Theory, Jurassic World Chaos Theory, that came out about a week ago, a little over a week ago now. I wanted to talk about Camp Cretaceous when it came out. I cannot talk today. I apologize, I'm tired. But I wanted to talk about Camp Cretaceous when it came out, but I didn't, because then there's some reasons for that, which we'll get into in a sec. But I just kind of wanted to talk about the animated side of the Jurassic franchise, because I feel like I haven't touched on it or talked about it at all. And, the channel that has at least some focus on dinosaurs, I just figured that was something I should do, and something pretty natural. So, just before we begin this video, spoiler alert for both Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory. If you haven't seen it, click off right now because there's going to be some major spoilers for the story. All right, we'll get to Chaos Theory in a sec here, but I just wanted to go over Camp Cretaceous quickly and my thoughts on that show because, man, I really did not enjoy that show. Okay, I'll just say it. You know what? I disliked. Okay, I didn't hate, but I disliked Camp Cretaceous. Now, I know some people loved it, and that's perfectly fine. That's okay, I wish I did, really. I went into it really wanting to love it, and I liked the first episode. I remember, the first episode made me tear up a little bit, because it was, when Darius was, talking about, how much he's into dinosaurs, and it just reminded me of myself when I was a kid, and I was very much the dinosaur kid who kind of knew everything about them and had, 1,000 books and 1,000 toys and 1,000 of everything dinosaur related, right? There were some good episodes in the first couple seasons, and then a couple of the later seasons had, season 5 had some okay episodes, but oh my god, season 4 was freaking awful. It was just so bad, so ridiculously bad, that I did not want to watch season 5. I have watched the whole show, if any of you are wondering. When they started freaking introducing, the robot dog or the robot dinosaur things, the Brad X's or whatever, it just, completely lost me. I was like, what the frick is this? Is this, a ripoff of Terminator? What are we doing here, boys? So, yeah, that wasn't very good. And, there were some neat moments, though, seeing the Smilodon. Seeing the Smilodon in Season 4 for the first time in the Jurassic franchise. I mean, that's cool. And in that season, we saw the Spinosaurus, which is apparently the same one from Jurassic Park 3, which, okay. I like Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is a cool dinosaur. But I feel like it's not the show for me, really, is what it comes down to. I felt like it was way too childish, and it could have been a lot more than what it was, maybe. There were just so many moments where I was like, that wouldn't happen that way, or this, and I kind of tried to, suspend my disbelief, shall we say, a little bit, because it's a kid's show and it's animated, so whatever. But when Ben freaking started riding Bumpy into battle against the freaking Carnotaurus or whatever the hell it was, I was like, okay, that's enough. This is getting stupid now. It's kind of like how I felt at certain points in Fallen Kingdom. This is just kind of becoming that stupid B-movie action kind of garbage that is fine for those kind of movies, but in the Jurassic franchise, it never really fit, in my opinion. The original Jurassic Park didn't have that B-movie feeling to it, at least in my opinion. I also hated the whole, fake out with Ben's death. I knew he wasn't dead. I feel like everybody knew he wasn't dead, and yet they tried so hard to sell it. And I get everyone was sad because they thought he died, but whenever a character falls out of something, or falls down something, or falls into something, unless it's a spike in their heart, then they're gonna be fine, You see that all the time in movies and games. Characters, heroes or villains falling, it doesn't mean anything. It's oh yeah, they're gonna be back, So yeah, that was kind of stupid. And as for the kids, Darius was fine. He was probably my favorite character. Ben has a really annoying voice. I'm sorry to the voice actor, but god damn it, dude. I couldn't listen to him, man. Yeah, so that freaking annoyed me. Kenji was annoying, but he got better. I feel like he had some actually decent character progression. So did Brooklyn, for that matter. And Brooklyn was actually voiced by Jenna Ortega, which I didn't know. She's cool, so that's neat. Sammy was kind of annoying as well. I didn't like her very much. And then Yaz, I guess. She was probably the most like me at the beginning, minus the athletic parts. But like the whole socially awkward, introverted thing, yeah, I really vibed with her in the beginning. And she's gay. Which is fine. So is Sammy, and they ended up... Sammy and Yaz got together, which is fine. Kenji and Brooklyn got together, which is also fine. You know, I mean, they're teenagers, you know, the hormones are going all over the place. I had been there, done that. That shit was wild. And, yeah, so there's that. And as for the dinosaurs, well, they look pretty good, you know. Seeing the Monolithosaurus was cool. Like I said, Smilodon, Spinosaurus, very neat. The T-Rex is in there. Tyrannosaurus, seeing that, probably one of my favorite Hadrosaurs. Probably one of my favorite Hadrosaurs in Jurassic World Evolution 2 as well. The glow-in-the-dark Parasaurolophus, that was a really cool scene. I like that. I thought that was really neat how they did that. And then, of course, the Scorpius Rex, which is... I knew there was one other dinosaur that I wanted to comment on, but yeah, there's the Scorpius Rex, which was the biggest news in Camp Cretaceous as a whole. You know, the new hybrid, which they did a really good job on the design and the sounds for that thing. It is freaking terrifying. It really is. That was in season 3 that they introduced that, I want to say. Yeah, I think it was season 3, so I like the Scorpius Rex. It was pretty terrifying. The kids would not have survived, and I think this is pretty obvious. If this was real life, all of those dang teenagers would have been brutally murdered on, like, day one. Or, like, the first dinosaur they saw would have killed them immediately. There is no way in hell they would have survived at all. Just saying. And like, if they managed to survive all the basic dinosaurs, there is no way in hell they would survive an attack from a Scorpius Rex, like a freaking hybrid. It just... no. I'm sorry, but no. So that was kind of stupid as well. So yeah, overall, Camp Cretaceous, it had some good moments, but I kind of felt just disappointed in it, and it didn't really do it for me. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it. If you were, great. And if you were, perhaps you liked Chaos Theory. And moving into that, Chaos Theory. I liked it. It was really good, actually. Dang, it was a hell of a step up. It really was. It was way more, I don't want to say necessarily violent, but it feels like every time there was a character that was, like, not one of the main trio, that was just on screen or was having some role in something, they're just dead in, like, 10 minutes. And I was like, oh my god. And, you know, there's freaking blood. There's freaking blood in the first episode. I don't remember there, like, being blood on any of the characters. Maybe a scratch on their leg or something. But, like, yeah, there's blood. And I was like, whoa, look at that. It's like Mortal Kombat out here. Not quite, but yeah, so it was a lot darker, way darker. And of course, Chaos Theory is set however many years after, where they're now, I guess, proper teenagers or young adults. I don't know. They seem to be like 18 to 20 in that range, all the kids now. So yeah, Kenji is still kind of Kenji. Ben is now like a freaking Giga Chad. He's like super tall and he's got like hench arms. It's crazy. Darius is another Giga Chad too. Pretty much the same personality, but I like him. Yaz is, she has PTSD from the dinosaurs, which is fair enough. I can understand that, you know. So that's kind of spooky. And then Sammy, she's just on a ranch baking pies, you know. So good for her. I mean, I like pie. I'd definitely go over to her house and eat some pie, you know what I mean? That's not an innuendo or anything. I mean, she is gay, so, like, they wouldn't really work. But, yeah, so that being said, then the other main trio member is Brooklyn, who, again, is dead. Yes, she's dead. And we all know what that means. And I got a kick out of it because as soon as the trailer dropped for it, and they literally say in the trailer, you know, after Brooklyn's died or after she's dead, you know, something like that. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, no, you guys are bullshitting me right now. She is 110% alive, and there is no way you're going to convince me otherwise. And I wish I had a video of myself saying that before the trailer, or before the show actually released, after the trailer came out, to prove that that was my prediction, but whatever. I think a lot of people knew that anyway. But it amazed me how many people on like the subreddit were like, oh my god, Brooklyn's actually dead? I can't believe that. This is an animated show. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So they did a fake out, like a red herring kind of thing with Brooklyn, and turns out in the final episode, at the very end, whoa, she's alive! Whoa, oh my god, who saw that coming? But I will say, something I did not expect is she's missing a freaking hand, like, or freaking, like, she's got like a stump on her, I don't know, was it left hand, I think? So she got attacked by an Allosaurus, and that's kind of what kicks this whole thing off. You know, the kids think she died, right? And she was like set up, and there was this meeting where they're like transferring dinosaurs. And yeah, so she's got a stump left, and that was pretty wild. I didn't see that coming, really. So yeah, but the whole show, I mean, some things annoyed me about it, like Ben and Darius surviving the Atrociraptor attack in their cabin, just like dodging attacks and like flipping over the stairwell and like going over here and running away. I was like, oh wow, this is a bad sign. But it actually improved from there, where I mean, they still would have been dead. Again, if they had all survived Camp Cretaceous, which they wouldn't have, they'd be dead in this in like episode 1, or at least Ben and Darius would be. But whatever, I know they're not gonna die, and that's fine. They're decent characters, whatever. It's all good. And the Atrociraptors took like pretty much center stage. Like the T-Rex is in there for like, I don't know, 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, where it fights the Allosaurus and wins because it's an Allosaurus, and what the hell is it gonna do? And yeah, so seeing the Atrociraptors in like a main role was interesting. I like to see them. It was good. You know, they didn't get a ton of time in Dominion. They were cool when they were there, but here they're actually, and they're controlled by this like this fucking, I don't know, even this like pasty ass, terrible haircut, psycho bitch with a whistle that goes like, and they all just attack somebody. It's crazy shit. It really is, but she is terrifying. Whoever designed that lady, y'all need some help, because jeez, she was terrifying. Like, just, she always had this kind of look on her eyes, you know, when she was walking around, and just imagine, you know, like, I'll put up a freaking screenshot of her and whatnot, but like, Jesus Christ, dude, I was shitting my pants a little bit, and there was some actual tension in the show. There was some actual like spooky moments, like the stuff on the ranch with like the Atrociraptors in the fog, and there was some real suspense, and I like that. I love that. You know, it's great. It's not something I've got in Camp Cretaceous that much, you know, because I mean, in this show I knew they weren't gonna die, but still, you know, there's some cool stuff there. So yeah, overall, Chaos Theory, really good show. And another thing it did really well was just that Dominion didn't do very well, was showing how the world would be should dinosaurs be roaming it freely. You know, was it the DPW, Dinosaur Protection? I don't remember what they're called, actually. Sorry. But Darius used to work for them, and they go out and they respond to emergencies, of dinosaur emergencies, and then collect them in their big trucks and take them off. And now there's like these shady black market kind of deals going on the side, where people are like meeting in the middle of the woods, like transferring dinosaurs and selling them, you know, that kind of thing. And there's like this whole sanctuary island thing that's set up for people. It's like dinosaur free, and it's set up for people who don't want to be around dinosaurs, basically have PTSD, to help them kind of get over their fear, right? Without dinosaurs wandering around, and you know, you see wild dinosaurs out there doing their thing, and it actually deals with that whole element really well, I thought, you know, of dinosaurs just being out there. Like, you know, you could go out for a hike and run into a freaking Triceratops, and that's the way the world is now. It's pretty crazy, and I like that a lot. So that was really neat to see. There's some dumb moments here and there, but overall I thought it was a pretty good show. I liked it, so I'm definitely looking forward to Season 2, which I can't say I was after finishing Season 1 of Camp Cretaceous. So that's an improvement, and overall the show is a massive improvement, and that's great. You know, I'm glad we're getting some half-decent Jurassic content after some relatively mediocre stuff. You know, Camp Cretaceous, not very good. Dominion, not very good. Fallen Kingdom, not very good. You know, so I still really like the original Jurassic World. I know people shit on that one too, but I liked it. Whatever. Yeah, so that's my overall thoughts and opinions and such on Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory. I don't think I missed too much there that I wanted to talk about. But yeah, Camp Cretaceous, Chaos Theory, yeah, it's going well so far. And so I'm excited to see there's a whole mystery around Brooklyn and what she was doing with the Allosaurus there. There was like a transfer between, going on, and she was like going to be selling or buying a dinosaur or something like that. And I just wonder what she was up to, and I imagine we're going to find that out, at least somewhat. So, yeah. And, oh yeah, another thing, one more thing before I go here I wanted to mention is that there was actually a lot of emotional stuff in there. And the kids actually, dealing with Brooklyn's death, right? Obviously, they think she is dead. So, and them dealing with their grief and kind of how they don't handle it really, and kind of take it out on each other in some ways. And a lot of them haven't talked to each other in a while. And there's a lot of really good emotional stuff and like some good dialogue. And I was really impressed actually that it went as deep as it did. It didn't have to, it really didn't, but the fact that they did impress me. So yeah, Chaos Theory impressed me. It did, and I'm looking forward to season 2, like I said. So thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then yes, I do got another one coming up here. I know the uploads have been not happening lately, but I will get right on that. I'm working on a video right now, well, not right now because I'm doing this shit, but yeah, so that's gonna be happening. So if you enjoyed this video somehow, like, subscribe, you can if you want. I appreciate the support for the channel, of course, always. Much love, take care, and until next time.